Did the gun jam? Were the wilds tamed? Find out on this exclusive double episode of Lost in the Frame. I'm your host, Alex.
I'm your host, Malik.
And I'm your host, Hachi.
And why are we doing a double episode today?
We are doing a double episode because we, for the first time, actually had some extreme technical difficulties trying to record.
And whose fault was that?
First, it was our previous platform, podcast hosting platform. And then we fixed it, and immediately, my fault. But it's not my fault. It was a miscommunication. We've had extreme technical issues. You also might be seeing this on YouTube for the first time. We might be on video. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I was without Wi-Fi for 4 days the second we started recording the SuperGirl episode, and it just did not turn on for however many hours that is. But we're here. We're doing a double episode on SuperGirl and The Invite. I'm excited to talk to you guys about it. How are you guys?
Great.
Doing good. Doing good. I just want to get one thing in before we move on.
Okay.
Malik, you know where the Wi-Fi never went out for 4 days?
Where?
Austin, Texas.
Makes
you
My
think.
Wi-Fi is faster than ever, though.
Yeah, it's really fast at turning off.
It was it was a mistake, first of all. And AT&T, yeah, I'm doxing you, you large company, sucked.
Yeah, we're getting sued now.
They accidentally turned ours off, and I was like, can you accidentally turn it back on? And they couldn't, and we had to wait 4 entire days. But that's where hotspots and physical media comes to save the day.
Why didn't we
It's the
just
future.
hotspot the episode?
It would not have worked. I think the bandwidth
did we
for
try?
we didn't try, but the hotspot was not working on my phone for like my work laptop. Like sales consoles weren't loading fast. So I was like, there's no way we'd be able to record a podcast episode via hotspot.
You should have just done it at an internet cafe. That seems like a very LA thing to do.
Someone would have to pay me an insane amount of money to publicly do a podcast like that. I'd be so scared. I'd just be like hiding. Imagine having this big ass mic at a Starbucks. All the eyes that would be on you. I could not handle it. All right. Well, we've got a lot to talk about. Let's get into some movie news, and then we'll get into SuperGirl and The Invite. Cool?
What
All
about
right.
our rapid review?
Oh, rapid review. Let's do it.
This
who wants to
is
go first?
actually the segment where the Wi-Fi went out last week. So if we get
We
through
did
this,
get 15
this is
minutes
big.
into the episode. Yeah.
Who wants to go first? You know what? I never go first on these. I'm going to go first.
All right. You
I watched
go.
this last night. Kelly's Heroes, 1970, directed by Brian G. Hutton, starring Clint Eastwood, Telly Savalas, Donald Sutherland, and Don Rickles. It is a movie about soldiers in World War II going AWOL to rob a bank behind German lines because they're bored.
Same.
And it is just one of those classic, like, adventure movies from, like, the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
We need more of those. Because this rocked. This is 2.5 hours, and it goes by so quick. Not a minute is wasted. It doesn't try to be any deeper than what it is. But it's a great story, and you have a great time. And it's so well made compared to, like, green screen slop that you get nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, real tanks, real explosions, real things getting blown up and crushed. I mean,
Hell yeah.
we're losing recipes. 8 out of 10 for Kelly's Heroes.
Wow. How did you stumble upon this movie? Because sometimes you'll bring some films to this rapid review where I'm like, I haven't even like heard an inkling of this. Like, where are you getting this?
It's Clint Eastwood, bro.
Okay, just going through his filmography, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Hachi?
a big Clint fan.
What?
Your rapid review?
Oh, yeah, my turn. So I went back in time as well, back to 1995 to rewatch for like the 20th time probably Mortal Kombat. Kind of in the spirit of this whole like martial arts summer that I've been having with the Furious. But it's actually a lot better than I remember. It's got some of the most impressive set design and set production I've actually like ever seen. They're shooting on location on like a beach in Thailand. Looks beautiful. It's shot pretty well. I think there were a lot of impressive frames, and there's just a lot of heart and soul in this movie that I think a lot of like campy, kind of intentionally goofy movies miss. They're just going for the campiness without really valuing, I guess, like the heart of like whatever they're trying to do.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
that makes perfect sense. Did you catch the new Mortal Kombat? Because there was a Mortal Kombat movie that came out this year, right?
Yeah, the one with
Yes.
Carl Urban. I have not seen it.
All
I
right.
really wanted to. I think it's out of theaters now, but
I heard good things.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should watch it and compare the two. And like,
I will.
I think you'll see. I think that gap that you've seen between then and now, I have a feeling will be abundantly clear in the new Mortal Kombat.
most likely. Because I did watch the remake that came out like 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it probably a month or two ago, and yeah, it just wasn't it.
That
Wasn't the
one
same.
definitely, I think, was trying to go the more like
Gritty.
serious, gritty route. With this one kind of looking to be like, okay, maybe we should lean into the campiness a bit more. So we've had conversations about it. I am curious to see that Carl Urban one, but my rapid review, I watched Evil Dead Burn, the newest entry in the Evil Dead franchise. Have either of y'all seen any of these movies? Are you a fan of Evil Dead? Not the Sam Raimi trilogy or anything?
I've seen the first one a long time ago.
I saw the first one a long time ago. Like, I'm more familiar with the post 2010s reboot iterations of Evil Dead. This was gnarly. This was gnarly as hell, guys. Like, I talked to you a little bit about it. So Evil Dead Rise came out in 2023. That one was directed by Lee Cronin, and I really liked it. And that's a big reason why I was looking forward to The Mummy. Now, The Mummy has its flaws. We have a whole episode about it. You can go listen to it. Tachi thinks many flaws. But specifically, and I texted this to you guys on a group chat, the toenail scene in Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
You mean the one where the feet get licked?
Not the one where the feet get licked.
I don't know about you. It could be the one where the feet got licked.
Why is that going to be for me? Different movie. This Evil Dead Burn feels like that toenail scene dialed up to 11 for like an hour and a half. And like, it's just brutal, like scene after scene where I'm like, I don't think they're going to do this. And then they do it. Like, I'll just say there's a scene involving a dog, and they actually like went somewhere that I have not seen, I think, ever. And I was utterly shocked. But I think story-wise, it can fall kind of flat. So that's why I was just like, I don't know where you guys would land on it if you do watch it. But I had a fun time regardless. And I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Cool.
All right. Movie news time. What have we missed in the last 2 weeks? A lot has happened.
A lot has happened. This is the worst 2 week period to not record.
Yeah, but we're back now. Let's quickly go through what we've got here. The first one on the docket, Werewolf trailer. Did we watch it?
Yes.
It's sick. I'm excited. Next.
I'm
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. No, just go.
Okay. Michael passed to Billy. That seems like an eons ago.
It does.
Ow! Shimona.
Are we just rapid fire? I go next?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Warner Brothers movie, The Siren Head. Siren Head is going to be led by Zach Kreger and Brian Duffield. Are they co-writing or co-directing?
I think I
I
saw
think they're
something about just
co-writing.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
What do we know about Siren Head?
It's like this Gen Slender Man. It's a giant tall guy with a siren for a head, and it's real creepy and weird, I guess.
Sure.
I
Cool.
follow his creator on Instagram, Trevor Henderson.
Is he directing? Is he attached?
No. He's attached. He's attached for sure in some capacity, but he's not directing. Because Siren Head was never like a film series or like a analog horror. It was a character that someone created for pictures, right?
Got it.
So it's very close to the original Slenderman, originated in a bunch of pictures on the Something Awful forum. Very, very similar vein, but this was like an Instagram project.
Got it.
An art project. So I think Trevor Henderson is attached in some form. I mean, I know he was involved in negotiations. He was very happy about the direction it's gone in. He was posting about it the other day. So here's to hoping.
Is he only 20 years old too?
I have no idea.
Wouldn't surprise me. Next up, Camp Rock 3 for all you Camp Rock heads, releasing on Disney Plus on August 14th. Let's go, Joe Bros.
Okay.
All right, I have the next 4.
Jeez.
How did I end up with that?
I have no idea.
Let's do this quick. Coyote versus Acme, releasing in theaters August 28th. This was a movie that was buried in the Warner Brothers vault for like years. They wouldn't release it. Now it's finally getting a release. And I'm actually pretty excited because by all accounts, this thing is supposed to be pretty funny, pretty good. It's about Coyote, everyone's favorite Looney Tunes loser character, who sues Acme, the company that sells him all the crap that he tries to kill Roadrunner with, and it doesn't work. So I'm interested to see where they go with this concept. I love the Looney Tunes. I feel like for such an iconic franchise, they haven't had like enough recently. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping this kind of brings them back into the cultural zeitgeist.
Would be fun.
PlayStation to discontinue disc development, which sucks for us physical media bros. And I was really hoping to get a physical copy of GTA 6, but I guess I won't.
Insane.
I guess I'll just download it. And it sucks because I have been a PlayStation fanboy for, like, that was my console. Like, I had a 3, or actually my first was a GameCube, but then I got a PS3, and I've stuck with PlayStation the entire time. And PlayStation and Sony have always been a little reactive to this crap. This is the first time they've been very proactive. I mean, you used to just be able to play online with your friends on a PlayStation. You didn't have to buy anything, and they finally did PS Plus after years and years of Xbox Live bringing infinite money to Microsoft. Screw you, Microsoft. You ruined gaming. Little bit of karma, maybe, that Xbox is just in the toilet right now. But so I'm a little sad that PlayStation is discontinuing disc development. And even if you buy a physical copy of GTA 6, all that's in it is the code to download the game. So you're paying,
that's actually insane.
That's you're paying money for a plastic, one-use plastic case to contain a number. So very disappointing there. On another YouTube creepypasta analog horror movie. So our next addition into the world that the Backrooms has started, the Mandela Catalog is getting a movie based off a YouTube analog horror series. I believe it is being directed by its director, whose name we did not write down, and I don't feel like looking it because I just want to get through this. But that guy's already getting accused of inappropriate contact with minors.
Oh. I don't know
2
anything
thumbs
about
up.
this.
2 thumbs up for that one, buddy. Nice going. That's Alex a first Kisker. For this. Yeah, that's the guy. Not me, Alex. Different Alex. What is with these people, dude? What I don't understand specifically, it seems to be a YouTube problem where these creators, they make it big and they get a fan base, and then they're like, I have got to talk to my underage fans.
It makes no sense.
It's every single,
it's very common.
I was big into Minecraft when I was a little kid, right? And so I watched like a lot of like the Minecraft YouTubers. The fact that there was more than one who was like a pervert is insane. And it's disappointing because I've heard really good things about the Mandela Catalog. And one of my favorite YouTubers right now, Wendigoon, has like a 4-hour video summarizing the whole thing. So I was going to listen to it at work. As one does. And now seeing that blow up on my timeline, it's like, well, do I even really want to? Is this movie ever going to get made? I mean, it took one day.
Yeah.
We put this in our show notes. And then the next day I had to update the show notes because when I went on Twitter, this dude was getting accused of being weird.
I think movie would be dead in the water, at least with him attached. They'll probably, if they are able to, like, take the rights or whatever ideas that they can from him, because backlash that quick is just you're fighting an uphill battle. So I won't be surprised if the next piece of news we get out of the Mandela catalog is that he is now unattached from the project.
And I'm sure that they're going to cover their butt and they have some sort of like don't be a pedophile clause so they can get out of it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to slow it down a little bit because these 3 bits of news were ones that all would have been
These are good.
Talked about in this episode anyway. So we've gotten through our backlog of news that we wanted to discuss with you guys. Heat 2.
Heat 2.
Heat 2.
Heat 2.
I have a question real quick before we get into it. Are Tachi and I allowed to be super excited because we just watched Heat 1 for the first time?
Yes.
Are we welcome into this fan base?
Yes. Heat is open and accepting of everybody, except for Alex Kirster, whatever his name was.
And Lee Cronin, while we're at it.
And Lee Cronin. But that's just because we didn't like your movie, Lee. I'm sure you're a nice guy.
Lee Cronin, I will fight for you. I will dub myself the Lee Cronin warrior.
I didn't even
the warrior starring
I didn't even dislike the movie that much. Why did I get looped into this? Heat 2 is starting to film in the fall, and we have names confirmed and attached, and we will go through with you. We will go through them with you right now. Christian Bale, Leonardo DiCaprio, Stephen Graham, who will be playing Neil McCauley. I think he's the only one so far that's had their character confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
So Robert De Niro's character is Neil McCauley. If I had to guess, I'd say Leonardo DiCaprio is playing Val Kilmer's character, Chris Shiherlis, and Christian Bale's character is the villain, who I will not discuss.
Okay.
Jerry Bruckheimer is reuniting with Michael Mann to produce this movie. Jerry Bruckheimer first collabed with Michael Mann on Thief with James Caan. And Jerry Bruckheimer, if you're not aware, is the guy who produced Top Gun Maverick and F1. Those were, I think, are his last 2. And I think he's doing Miami Vice as well.
I believe so.
The new Miami Vice movie.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy, I mean, the dude puts out hits. Okay,
Bruckheimer's the man. Oh yeah,
he puts out hits. His movies have been kingmakers recently. So for him to jump on this project, I think is a big deal. Like they're putting their weight behind this movie, and like I said, starting to film in the fall. I'm so excited. I know they were doing location scouting for it earlier this year. God, please protect Michael Mann.
We're not going to get this movie until like summer 2028.
You think?
I can wait.
I think so. I mean, I don't know. That feels realistic. I think like a year and a half, 2-year turnaround, but from the time of filming is typical.
I think that's fair.
Right? Yeah.
Sure.
And the last bit of news, this one's a little bit more speculative, but everyone's favorite it girl, Indy Navarrete, met with Michael Mann, and I can say there is a character in the book Heat 2 that she could play and it not be shoehorned in. Like there's a character that has their own point of view within the story. They're there for more than like 1 second. And I think she would be a good fit for it. And if she lands this as her second big role, I mean,
can you imagine?
The world is her oyster.
Yeah. The door is wide open at that point. Would be sick. Next piece of news. Doom 3 trailer dropped the other day. Guys, I still have not watched it.
Same.
You did it. We're doing it.
I'm going to try.
Alex was trying to convince me before the podcast. What's the point?
Tachi, this dude has been on Twitter looking at every single still frame.
I'm not seeking it out. I've seen
and reading people's analyses of them.
Because it's like a 5-sentence or a 5-word blurb, and my brain just like zoop, as I'm scrolling Twitter. So like the answer to that would be don't scroll Twitter. But I'm not gonna do that.
But what if you should?
So do you think you're of course you're gonna say that. You're blocked from Elon Musk's website.
I am.
because you're a
It's pretty
bad
easy
guy.
not to be on it. Yeah.
So, like, do you
Racist.
think that I should just watch the trailer because I've seen screenshots? Cam also thinks that I won't make it. It's 5 months until this movie comes out. That I have to avoid it. That we would have to avoid it.
What's your thoughts, T Money? Does Malik
Oh.
watch the trailer? Do you think he should?
I think at this point, the damage is done. You should just do it.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I've seen like 5 shots.
But also, what did we need after the last one? They should have just recycled it.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I don't need more.
Like,
I
that
never
was one of the
needed
best
any, I
trailers
never
I've ever
needed
seen.
anything, honestly. Like, release the posters and I would have been good.
Like, genuinely top 5 trailer, I think.
Yeah. I really do want to watch it. I will say the screen grabs I've seen are gorgeous, but Alex, what are your thoughts on the trailer?
Yeah, it rips. I've read Dune Messiah, and I just know it rips. Okay, like I'm going into this as eyes wide open as you can get. I'm still excited, so just watch the trailer and enjoy it.
I don't think it's gonna dampen my excitement. There's just something about like being as blind as I can be.
But
Mhm.
you've already seen a trailer,
I know.
so it's like
That's why I'm like, I'll leave it just at this one trailer.
All right,
I think
you
that's
do
what
you.
we're getting at.
you do you. But the trailer is awesome. There's some stuff that I'm super excited about. Some imagery that just expands on the world that Denis Villeneuve has visualized. from
I
the
will
books.
say, I was really scared and worried whenever we found out that Greg Fraser was no longer going to be attached to this.
He was a cinematographer for the first 2?
Yeah, he was
Or
the
just the second?
for the first 2.
And I'm saying this, Greg Fraser, who?
Okay, let us not slander Greg Fraser.
I'm
Let
not,
us-
but I'm saying it's
This movie
definitely
is shot,
not a step down.
This movie is shot on film. The cinematographer, Linus Sandgren, who has shot La La Land, Saltburn, Don't Look Up, Wuthering Heights, Babylon, First Man, a bunch of stuff.
Good stuff.
Some really good stuff. Knows what he's doing. These images from Dune 3 look like they are going to feed generations. Like, I'm not, oh my God.
And you're starving
Alex,
yourself. And you're starving yourself.
Yeah, but that first bite is going to be.
Alex, you know it's coming. So give us the odds on Dune 3 being better than Dune 2.
All right, I'm going to say this. This is really hard to quantify because Dune Messiah is a very like transition-y book between Dune and Children of Dune. Denis Villeneuve has made a lot of changes in the original Dune to where that there's a lot of stuff in this that I don't know how it's going to go, right? Like I don't really know how they're going to end this because the source material is very much, like I said, like transitionary. So I don't know. But has Denis ever done us wrong?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think he's ever missed.
The craziest part too. So Marvel will be hosting their own panel at San Diego Comic-Con in 15 days from now. And they tweeted that there will be some special guests and a sneak peek as to what's next. So we can only anticipate that we are finally getting the first look teaser trailer for Avengers Doomsday.
Did you guys watch the leak? The leaked scene from it?
Was it the Deadpool? I don't think it was real. I think that clip
The one I saw, I'm convinced is real.
The one I saw also like looked really real, but I think it was debunked that it was AI. But it was crazy because it looked like really good.
T-Money, take the headphones off.
Okay.
What's the
It
one
was
you're
the-
talking about?
The Deadpool Andrew Garfield one.
No.
Which one are you talking
That's not the
about?
one I saw. I saw it was like an Avengers Assemble moment.
Oh,
Where
I
the
did see
camera's
that one in the
spinning
circle,
around.
yeah, and that
Dude.
Cyclops is there and
Looks
everything like
fake.
that.
Looks horrible.
I think that one was real, and it looks like shit.
I think that one was real. I cannot be less excited for that movie.
Okay, Tachi, you can put your headphones back on.
I'm back.
Okay, yeah, it was something else.
I'm committed, Tachi. Tachi, I just want to say I love how committed to the bit you are of not having Doomsday spoiled.
I want things. I want to experience things as they were meant to be experienced. That's
you
really
should.
all I care about.
Yeah.
You should totally do that, Tachi.
Yes. But all that
Thanks.
to say, it's still crazy that they're not moving, that we are actually getting Doomsday. That episode's going to be nuts, guys.
It is. I can't wait.
Are we even going to do a Doomsday episode?
We
or are we going
have
to do like a
to.
We
part
have
1
to.
and part 2?
I was honestly thinking about this the other day, where they both feel so huge that I think a big episode would be fun, but maybe it's smarter to have a part 1, part 2 released a day after each other. Like part 1 is released Monday, part 2 is released Tuesday, something like that. I don't know. We'll workshop it. But all that to say, we're going to be eating good.
Yeah.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Can't wait.
Do you want to take us
being good,
home?
Yeah. Godzilla -1? I thought it was 0.
Yeah, -0. Sorry. I was too excited.
It's okay. Godzilla -0 trailer drops. They've only given us crumbs. These are 30-second clips. I think this is the second. Yeah. Looks beautiful
I'm in.
from what we can tell.
I didn't have to see a trailer for this one.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really giving nothing. They're both 30 seconds long. We've got a minute of Godzilla -0 footage right now.
And that minute feels like the syringe in my arm. The heroin is in my veins, and I need more.
I mean, half of the second trailer that just came out, it's like flashbacks of the first movie.
Yeah.
So
I think we get like a few shots of what's to come.
yeah.
One of them featuring the titular Godzilla. And I'm like, that's him. That's our boy. Get me in that theater.
Man, it's going to be a good year for movies.
It will be a good year for movies. But we do have to take a step back and unfortunately talk about a huge misstep. Let's get
Speaking
into
of
Supergirl.
Wait. Are you spoiling that the gun jammed already?
The gun is loaded and it's aimed at my head. I'll read the synopsis and then we'll do our letterbox love like loathe. Supergirl, directed by Craig Gillespie. I hate this tagline. I don't know, like tagline, logline. I don't know if they're official, but Letterboxd has them always above the little synopsis.
Mm-hmm.
This one is truth, justice, whatever.
Oh my God.
Shut up. When an unexpected
Go back
and
to
ruthless
Reddit.
when an unexpected and ruthless adversary strikes too close to home, Kara Zor-El, aka Supergirl, reluctantly joins forces with an unlikely companion on an epic interstellar journey of vengeance and justice.
Fun.
Yay.
Alex has our 5-star, Tachi with the 3-star, me with the 1-star. Let's go.
So I have 2 5-stars, actually. One of them I'm going to read the whole thing. The second one, I'm only going to read the first sentence because I don't know what it means. So our full 5-star review comes from K Crescent Moon. Like it's like a crescent moon text thing. Okay.
Well said.
When you're the only person at the screening, so you take pictures like you're at a concert, smiley face. Not gonna lie, the needle drops hit better in Dolby Atmos. I think for the hotly debated final battle one, which isn't even that bad, and that is capitalized, the creators should have picked between the song and the slow motion because they are just too much together. LOL. 5 stars, though. Our second one comes from Six-Eyed Moth. And the first sentence is this. Kara Zor-El, you're the love of my life. I'll leave your cousin for you. What does that mean?
It means that this person will leave Superman for Kara. So they were previously dating Superman / Clark Kent, and they will now leave him in the dust for his cousin, Kara.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not... Yeah, okay.
What did you think?
I thought something really disturbing.
All right.
I was icked. I was icked out.
Get your
Maybe
mind out
I'm
of the
just
gutter,
dumb.
boy.
I'm stupid. I can't believe I waited a week to read that. And it's just I'm an idiot.
I'm the dumbest boy in school.
Oh God. Forgot to wear my pants again.
You're going to jail.
All right, this 3-star comes in from Taha. Against all the buzz, Supergirl is one of the movies of all time.
Pretty apt.
Our 1-star comes from Mikey Wee. Super insubstantial, super ugly, and super boring. There will be those types of guys that will give this shit for it being a leading woman, but Millie Alcock is pretty much the only redeemable part of this and saves it from being absolutely the worst thing out. The real villain is Craig Gillespie.
What are your
all right.
thoughts on Craig Gillespie?
Here are my thoughts on Craig Gillespie. Dude's got 2 bangers that I actually really enjoy. Those being Lars and the Real Girl, starring me, you, us.
Yep,
Ryan
everybody.
Gosling, everybody, and I, Tonya. After that, I don't know what happened. I honestly, I want to say the money changed him. I think he got rich after I, Tonya, and I think bro moves different.
Yeah, Cruella was not I don't think what anyone was looking for.
No one was looking for it. Cruella feels like the beginning of the
end.
Yeah, the beginning of the end of like this weird slop era of, oh, we need to find out this person's story. What about the janitor? What's their thing? How did Cruella get her hate for Dalmatians? Oh my God. You guys have seen Cruella.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, okay, I'm gonna spoil it for you.
No.
She likes dogs. We eventually learn in 101 Dalmatians she hates Dalmatians specifically. She hates these dogs because it killed her mom. They killed her mom. I wish I was joking. It's like a dark, stormy night, if I recall correctly. And her mom is like at the edge of a cliff. I don't remember what's happening, but there's some Dalmatians there. And then they like kind of run in front of her and makes her jump. And she falls off the cliff and dies. And Cruella watched the whole thing. And then from then on was just like
skin them and make a coat out of them to wear as a trophy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she's like, I'm gonna kill these dogs, all 101 of them. And there better not be any sequels.
There is a sequel.
I know.
101 Dalmatians.
What are your feelings on Craig Gillespie?
I would say they're almost exactly the same, except I haven't seen anything besides I, Tonya, Lars and the Real Girl, and Supergirl. I guess I wanted to watch the John Hamm cricket baseball movie. $1 Million
Which one's
Arm?
that one? $1 Million Arm? Oh, did not see that one. I saw Mr. Woodcock.
And then I guess, I didn't really feel like watching the Reddit stock one.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Any interest in Pam and Tommy?
I saw some of Pam and Tommy. That was a show though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
I saw some of it, but anyway, I kind of already know the answer to this, but like, what was you guys' excitement level coming into Supergirl, like post Superman? Because this was announced pretty quickly.
This on the pod.
Did we?
I think we have asked this, but it wasn't excited. I wasn't super excited.
I think we brought it up like in our Superman episode, just because she's in the post-credit scene. Is it? I don't even think it's the post-credit scene. I think it's just the last scene of the movie. And so we were like, okay, we're probably getting a Supergirl movie, sure. And then the trailer dropped, and I was like, all right, I'll watch it, I guess. And I mean, spoiler, guys, this movie was like actually worse than I thought it was going to be.
And no one went and saw this. It did horrible at the box office.
Yeah.
Like it.
Do you have the numbers?
I can pull them up.
Yeah, just to speak to the expectations, I think they were really, really, really high after Superman, and it's the start of the new DCU with James Gunn, all the stuff. And then, as soon as the trailer hits, it's just, I don't know, got bad vibes.
Oh.
What are you saying?
107 million worldwide.
What was the
61
budget?
million domestic.
I'm gonna guess 150 for the budget.
Oh,
200.
175 million.
Oh,
No. I
That's
feel like
tough.
this movie was set up to fail.
I kind of do too. It really did seem kind of doomed from the start. Like I don't. So James Gunn is now like the head of DC, and we're basically rebooting this entire franchise. So we had the DCU, now we have the DCEU. We started with
It's the other way Just keep going.
We started with Superman, and kind of it's definitely a choice to have Supergirl, I think, be the second iteration. And I don't know, it just feels like James Gunn wanted to like start this new extended universe kind of like in the middle, just really expecting everybody to like already care for these characters, which in a way we do, but we see that kind of doesn't translate too well on film if I think they're not given like if there's just not proper context to it all. And although James Gunn did not direct this, his fingerprints are all over this movie.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Yep.
and I fear he's a two-trick pony at the end of the day. And the involvement that I'm like, these are Gunnisms. It's just awfully bad, reheating your own nachos that like just does not work for me.
The worst part is, right, with this, I mean, so the first Superman movie I thought I enjoyed. I liked it a lot. Very hope core. It was very bright, like a very colorful movie. And if you look at the source material that they used for Supergirl, which was the Woman of Tomorrow comic, I haven't read the comic, but if you just Google Woman of Tomorrow, you'll get screenshots of panels, things like that. It is this bright, like unique looking, super colorful, just gorgeous artwork. And the movie that we got is gray slop.
Yeah.
It didn't
Ugly.
even try. Like it didn't even try to match Superman's energy. And yeah, I get that Kara is a little bit more of like a Debbie Downer than Clark,
Jaded.
especially in this series, and we'll talk more on that. But you didn't have to make the movie look terrible.
Where does the money go? Where's the $175 million?
Where is it?
It just looks bad.
I mean, the movie is so heavily like CGI, it has to go there, right? Because Millie Alcock can't be commanding that much money. There's no way Jason Momoa took up that much. I mean, he's in the movie for 10 minutes.
I didn't like the tweet, but I did see something about how much Millie Alcock got paid for this. And it was somewhere around like the 200K range, like 200 to 300. Something like a lot smaller than you would think for a movie of this size, budget-wise. It was something that was like, oh, that's it?
That's shockingly low.
This was a money laundering scheme. They were moving something, dude.
They had to have been. And like, yeah, the majority of the money is probably going to the CGI, but I'm looking at a clip right now that I had liked because I was like, all the flying in this movie is just really terrible.
Horrible.
And this specific shot is when she's in space, when I think we first see her
I know
like
which
flying
one you're
around.
talking about.
Yeah, and it's like a quick frame where it literally looks like they just outlined her and kind of just zoomed in like and moved in this direction on a flat 2D background. It looks like dog shit. Like it straight up looks so bad.
And for some reason, Seth Rogen was in that scene.
I just found this out.
You didn't find it out when she gets on the bus and he's like, "Hey, welcome to the bus."
I thought he had a funny voice, but not once did I think that it was Seth Rogen.
It felt familiar, but I couldn't tell.
It did feel familiar.
That's how I know you guys haven't caught up on Invincible, that you can't pick his voice out when he's not on screen.
Bro, I'm caught up on the studio. I can pick his voice out.
Not when he's playing an alien, you can't.
He sounds that's Seth Rogen as an alien, as like the orange guy. Like clearly that one's him.
Well, you missed it, so your ears aren't as good as you think they are.
How was your guys' theater for watching this? Like, was
Silent.
it? Yeah,
Pretty dead.
it was like awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one. I can't think of one scene in this where a joke landed and like the audience like laughed. Every joke fell flat.
But Jason Momoa was the best part of the movie, or at least he like really grabbed your attention when he's on screen, which was
Yeah,
nice.
but here's the problem, at least for me. I'm going to plug Justice League again, the animated series. Because Lobo in both Justice League and Superman the animated series is awesome. And Jason Momoa, I just don't think he had it.
Really?
He just didn't have the sauce.
I
Yeah,
did not.
he was lacking something.
I
Oh.
actually hated the character, like his character in this.
Hmm.
He felt like not only do I think he felt shoehorned in just to try to get butts and seats, be like, oh, look who we got. Like this truly felt like a glub shitto to try to get butts and seats. We're like, oh, Lobo's here. Because like bro did not move anything forward in this. Like he was just there to be there. And
Yeah.
anytime he was on screen, I was like, get off.
Really?
Get off my screen. Yes.
I mean, he wasn't like fun to look at, but he was fun to experience as opposed to like everything else that was going on.
I mean, I think
He at least had energy, whereas no one else had anything else.
I'll like
Well, Millie
I'll
was
I'll give you
agree.
that. I'll give
I'll
you
Millie,
that.
agree.
Millie was
Yeah.
good with what she was given, except one scene
What scene?
when she is leaving Krypton, and she's like holding Crypto, saying
Uh-huh.
bye to her dad, but they're just like there's nothing happening. They
Yeah.
don't look sad. They're not saying anything. She just flies away.
She's like,
She just looks
It's
at him.
Just a reverse shot of her and her dad
Yeah,
just saying goodbye.
that made no sense. But anyways, well,
What is his favorite scene in this? Are there any standouts?
there's a standout.
What is it?
The needle drop.
I'll tell you what my least favorite scenes were besides the needle drop.
What?
I want to save the needle
Anytime
drop.
that she didn't have her powers. Why are we making a superhero movie where
Oh.
and it's the intro movie for her, and 50% of the movie she's on a planet that she doesn't have powers?
Dude, the movie was rinse and repeat of I don't have powers. I have my powers for a little bit. I'm getting poisoned. I no longer have my powers. Now I have my powers for a little bit. How many times does she get poisoned in this movie? 3?
Yeah.
Probably.
It kept happening. Like,
Not
what
to
are
mention
we-
she kept poisoning herself with evil drink.
Yes. I'm just so confused in watching this.
Who is
and
this made for?
I don't know. And I didn't know anything about like the plot going into it, but as soon as we kind of get to the meat and potatoes where she has to get the antidote for Crypto, and this girl on this planet also wants to avenge her family, and oh, the people who killed my family and shot your dog, they carry the antidote on their body, by the way, at all times. So now I got to go with you. And she's like, begrudgingly, all right, well, I guess you got to come with me. And it's like, oh, look at this unlikely duo. What kind of shenanigans are they going to get into?
I'm also so sick of the little kid trope.
I am also sick of the little kid trope. There's a way to do it. There's a good way to do it. But Ruth, Ruthie? Yeah, played by Eve Ridley.
No more kid actors. No more kid actors. I'm just kidding. I'm
Just-
sorry.
We
An
need just like
awfully written
adult
character.
actors. Like I am 12 in the Benchwarmers. Brad Pitt is Ruthie.
Is that your birth certificate? He's like, yes. Horribly written character.
Yeah. Really unfortunate.
Just so one note.
Yeah. It's been a while since I think we've all seen this movie. It's been a couple weeks. Like we said in the beginning, we've been trying to record this episode for 2 weeks. And I was like, man, I don't really remember anything. But like as we're talking about it, I'm just getting angry because this is how I felt in the theater. Like I was pissed off. The best part of the movie for me was I had a hot dog and a Coca-Cola slushie.
Nice,
Yeah,
dude.
love
I
a
love hot
slushie.
dogs.
It's a good combo.
I do too.
I love hot dogs. I love
You
them
ever do
so
bacon
much
wrap?
that I spent. What did you say, Tachi?
You ever do bacon wrapped? It's a game changer.
I've actually never done bacon wrapped.
You got
I
it.
have done bacon wrapped. Let me tell you something. If you're leaving like a sports event in Austin, or like just any event with people, but it's usually sports. You see them outside of like DKR and you leave a Longhorns football game. They got the street dog people with the carts.
Yeah.
They're cooking onions, they're cooking peppers, and they're cooking bacon wrapped hot dogs. You've been in the sun for 5 hours because TV ads just to extend college football. It was hot. You're drunk. Street glizzies, bacon wrapped, all time.
Hell yeah.
Man, that sounds good. And I had a hot dog last night too.
I had
Love a
9
good
hot
dog.
dogs on the 3rd of July.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you have to tell us about
How was the
about
recovery? Yeah, tell us about that.
Which, here, I'll save it for the end of the episode.
that. Okay.
We'll wrap
right.
the episode up with my last weekend story.
All right.
Because we do need to finish talking about this movie.
Okay.
And there's something that I really want to bring up
Please.
because I am someone who, you know, I understand that especially in the superhero space, that it's very, you know, male dominated, very, you know, dominant male characters, and they get all the limelight, it seems, right? And so I understand the need that, hey, you know, little girls, we want someone for them to look up to as well. You know, everyone wants a character they can relate with. If I was a parent, and I want to be a parent, I want a boy and a girl. That's my plan. I don't know how I'm going to plan for that, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out. I would not want my daughter looking up to this character.
No.
She's horrible. She's the worst. She's whiny. She's a drunk. You know, I don't want my, like, you know, alcoholism. That's another conversation. But she's just like, she's not even a drunk. She's a party animal, okay? She's just hungover all the time. And she gets called out for this. But the thing that pissed me off the most in this movie, and this was apparently a change from the comic, was the end, where Kara convinces Ruthie not to kill the bad guy because revenge isn't right. And in the comic, they leave. Like, it wraps up somehow and they leave. In this movie, Kara, like, as soon as Ruthie goes away, Kara turns around and slimes the bad guy.
I
Like,
was shocked.
completely undoing any message that this movie was trying to go for about, you know, anything really, like any sort of meaningful, like, role model moments out the window. Cause I just watched someone lie to a child about a message and then was a hypocrite about it. Like, they killed someone. What would Clark say? What would Superman say?
I
Don't know.
But yeah, I was going to say, I really did appreciate the message of like preventing her from being a killer. But yeah, then it's just like,
Immediately just
what are we doing?
It's like the cycle of violence was broken. I mean, that's the whole point of the comic, is ending the cycle of violence. And then Kara restarts the cycle. She's like, it's my own cycle now.
I kind of respected it, you know? Like, I stood up in my seat and saluted because I just could not believe that happened.
Hot dog in hand.
Yeah.
It slides out the bun while he's...
Let's talk about the needle drop at the end.
We got
This was the topic of a lot of discussion the opening weekend. I saw a lot of reviews and tweets specifically calling out the final needle drop in the final battle, that it was some of the worst shit people had ever heard. And I was like, I need to know what this is.
And for those who are listening, because I did have to explain this at work when I walked in and how was SuperGirl? And I go, the needle drop was that bad. They're like, what is a needle drop? So just as a refresher, a needle drop is when a song starts playing in a movie, like a song not written for the film, right? So, you know,
A song in
when What I've Done starts playing at the end of Transformers,
Needle drop.
needle drop.
Yeah.
You know, when when Dirty Work by Steely Dan starts playing, when Chase Infinity pops on screen in One Battle After Another, needle drop.
Something in the Way, Nirvana, Batman,
Yep.
needle drop.
Those are all great needle drops.
Yes. Many great examples of great needle drops. And this will go down as one of the worst. It's not an original. Surprisingly, it's a cover. The song itself is not bad. The original song.
I love the original.
I love the original.
Very good song.
Yes.
Honestly, the original song would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah. Upbeat, high energy, high tempo.
Good.
Like good. Get rid of the slow-mo and like speed this up a little bit and do the original Jimmy Eat World, The Middle, a song everyone knows and loves. But they took the opportunity to use a cover of The Middle, a very slow cover, against the great soft-spoken, yes, kind of churchy.
One of these ones with the acoustic guitar playing. One of those ones.
Yeah,
you remember those
even
from 2014?
Yeah, the cursive singing against the gray sludge background of slow-mo dirt just being thrown around.
And Roofy's, not Roofy, Roofy. Roofy's just standing there like,
dude, literally she's
like an emoji.
And it goes, it just takes some time. Little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. I was like, I legit put my hands on my head and I went, no, there's no shot that this is in this movie right now.
The worst part is, like, I don't even know if it's 5 minutes before this scene, there's another needle drop.
Yeah. On the ship.
And so it happens and it's on the ship and it's this big battle and you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. Like that needle drop was perfectly fine. What are people talking? Like, what am I missing here?
Yeah, that's where I was.
And then like literally like 2 or 3 minutes goes by and then everything starts to go slow motion and you're like, oh no. Oh no.
And then you
hear strum and you're like,
and it goes,
again,
it goes,
I did this. I hit one of these and for all of our YouTube people, you can finally say like, oh, I know what he's talking about. I hit one of these. I was like,
yeah,
like one of those arm against the Alamo tray, just like cringing, horrible.
To go back to an earlier point you made about needing good representation for women in these superhero movies, like I fully agree with you. I think the decision to have a man direct Supergirl just wasn't the right choice. Not that, like, I don't know, these types of movies have struggled for a while. I think female-led superhero movies just haven't found their stride.
Wonder Woman did numbers.
It did, but like culturally, I think the first Wonder Woman is really good, and then the follow-up maybe not so much. But I bring this up because I feel like they chose The Middle because of the lyric in the chorus. It just takes some time. Little girl, you're in the middle of the ride, and then like it just feels like these men are like, this is the female experience, and it will be all right. And I saw a tweet from Discussing Film that says that the big needle drop at the end. First of all, it was confirmed that James Gunn did take over a lot of Supergirl during post-production. Him and Craig Gillespie were kind of clashing heads while the movie was in post-production. So when we say that there's Gunnisms all over this movie, and there's a lot of meddling during shooting too, when we say there's a lot of Gunnisms in this movie, it's because he was there and he can't take his hands off the wheel.
The gun misfired, shot my neighbor's dog by accident.
Crypto Fountain.
Now my neighbor's daughter wants to kill all the dogs in the area.
Yeah. She wants to skin them for coats. It says the big needle drop at the end of Supergirl was originally a cover of Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun. That song choice was also by James Gunn. So it's like they have...
Why is it a cover?
I don't know why they wanted it to be a cover, but it's like they have like a repository of like 4 songs that they think is about womanhood and like, oh, girls like this because girls do just want to have fun.
It has to have girl in the lyrics.
Yeah. And it's like that feels like the only decision and I'm like, y'all are in charge?
Put
Oh,
us in
good.
charge.
Yeah. Put 3
Yeah,
new
but
men in
also-
charge.
We would have just copied the comic and done it right.
But do we want the Gillespie cut?
No.
No.
I don't ever want to see this movie again.
I don't want any of it.
I would never recommend this to anybody.
I think the villain was awful. Krem
What was awful about him?
performance. Like, my favorite part of this movie is Superman. His scene of meeting Kara for the first time.
It sucks to say that, but it's so true.
It's like a very like
yeah.
like I felt myself like perk up like at the sight of him and just seeing that conversation flow. I'm just like, oh my God.
He's
Like,
so good.
that's Superman. David Cornsweet is really good in this role. And that's the best scene in the movie. His first appearance I thought was iffy at best over FaceTime. I was like, oh, that feels shoehorned in for sure. But they made up for it with actually having him in person. But like other than that, like I can't think of a redeeming quality of this. Like I think it was all bad.
Wait, is there a post credit scene, or the DC movies now don't do that? Like,
I don't know.
There's not. There wasn't one.
Okay.
I left.
Yeah, same.
I did
looked
not
one
care.
up. I looked one up and it said no, there wasn't. But also, if it said there was, I wasn't going to stay for it.
It was like, yeah, there's 2. I got up out of my seat so quick.
Oh no, there's more.
I gotta get out of here. Supergirl
James
threatens with
Gunn-
more film.
James Gunn is so high on his own farts
Yeah.
because he's doubling down now. I don't know if you guys saw this on
No.
like the characters that they're greenlighting the next projects for. Like Mr. Terrific is getting his own show, who I loved in Superman, but you have like you're building out this franchise. You have where's Wonder Woman?
She's coming.
Where
no?
is Wonder Woman? Where's Batman? Where is I think we're getting something Green Lantern, so that's
Yeah,
coming.
we're getting the Lantern show.
Yeah.
It's got Coach Taylor. What's his name?
His
I'm
name
forgetting.
Kyle
escapes
Chandler.
me.
Yeah, Kyle Chandler.
Yeah.
And I know we're also getting Teen Titans, but I'm worried because the writer for this movie, for the Teen Titans movie, is the same as Supergirl.
Oh.
Hmm.
What is their name? I'm gonna put them on blast.
And then
That's
like
okay.
I was about to say, I was like, it feels like post 2019, post 2020, a lot of these superhero movies have been on a downward trend. I do think we're gonna see the exact opposite with this in Spider-Man in just a few weeks. So
That's
I can't-
Spider-Man though. Spider-Man can survive anything.
that's true. So
Yeah,
like
you're right.
I was gonna say that there's just like maybe not an appetite for superhero movies anymore, but there are. We just want good ones.
So the film was written by Anna Noguera, who hasn't. This is it. These are all the credits. A short and a short Supergirl and 3 unreleased movies.
Hmm.
It looks like Anna is writing the Teen Titans movie and a Wonder Woman movie.
Okay.
That's presumably set in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Yes. I know for sure Teen Titans is.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
go ahead and say no thank you. I'm okay. But thank you.
Before
gonna do to
we
Teen
end
Titans?
the Supergirl discussion, I want to defend Millie a little bit more. I do think she can pull off a great not Wonder Woman, a great Supergirl. It's just hard to see right now, but I think she can do it. I think she is talented. but just maybe a little better direction of writing can set the character straight.
I can see her putting on a good performance. I agree. Like, especially put her like in a group setting with Superman amongst others. Like, I could see it being a fun time.
I agree as well. I mean, you look at the Supergirl of Justice League Unlimited. Kara she's young, she's reckless, she's brash, she's outspoken. You know, she gets in trouble a lot, but she's not a loser. Like, why is Supergirl a loser?
James
A
Gunn
murderous
loves
loser.
Yeah,
he loves
his loser
a murdering
stories.
loser.
Yeah, he does love his like loser to hero stories.
But she's not a
100%.
hero. She's a killer.
All right. I'm kind of over talking about Supergirl. Is
Yeah,
there anything else you guys want to say?
Ratings?
Yeah, I'm down
Yeah.
for ratings. I gave this a 2.
I gave it a 2.5, and I'm going to bump it down to a 2.
Okay.
I am doing the same.
2.5 to a 2.
Yeah. This discussion kind of cemented it that it just has like no rewatchability, like at all.
Yeah. I will be a very happy man if I never have to see this again.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Like,
it off my screen right now.
It's
Lobo's
not
face
even
is
average.
pissing me
It
off.
can't be 2.5. It's not even average.
It's not. It's not.
It's worse.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, Supergirl. Sorry.
Would have been
Molly.
great if you were fun. Would have loved it, but unfortunately, not for me. Can't say I'm excited for anything that the DCEU has to offer.
You know, I was moving it down a bit, and I'm like, my list, and I'm like, oh, because it went from 2.5 to 2. So the other 2 I have is Mercy, and I'm like, which one of these would I rather we watch? And the answer is Mercy, dude.
Mercy, 100%.
This was so boring.
Man.
All right, let's get into our last movie of the day.
Yep.
Again, I will read. We are going to talk about The Invite. This one just came out, directed by Olivia Wilde. I'll read the synopsis. We'll do our Letterboxd Love Like Loathe, and we will get into it. The Invite, directed by Olivia Wilde. Synopsis reads this. Joe and Angela's marriage is on thin ice. When they invite their enigmatic upstairs neighbors for a dinner party, the night spirals into unexpected places. And this is starring Seth Rogen, Olivia Wilde, Penelope Cruz, and Edward Norton.
And that's it. There's no one else in the movie.
That's it. Alex, again, has our 5-star, Tachi with the 3, and then me with the 1.
Today's 5-star review for The Invite comes from the Oscar expert. Incredibly funny, fresh, and genuinely insightful about relationships. Each performance is loaded with exciting and playful choices. The edit is a masterclass in comedic pacing. Wilde's direction perfectly accentuates the tension in the room. Absolute firecracker of a script.
All right. This 3-star comes in from Elijah Drake. Imagine you invite a couple over and they just outwoke you for 5 hours straight.
Woke 1.0 meets Woke 2.0. Our 1-star comes from user Scott. Unfortunately, global climate disaster has reached irreversible levels directly because of Olivia Wilde's decision to waste precious minerals and other natural resources required to shoot her geriatric millennial derp orgy on film. Irresponsible, Seth Rogen's mouth breathing is beyond repulsive.
Yeah, derp orgy is entering the lexicon.
Cool. Well, I will begin with just asking what was our excitement levels going into this. I can go first. I love this trailer. I thought it was a very well done trailer. Specifically, at the end, there is a shot of Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton standing on one side and Seth Rogen and Olivia Wilde on the other. And the title card is just saying who's it starring, and he's going you, her, me as their names pop up. And I was like, that's just that. I just thought that was such a fun little trick that they did, and I thought the trailer was high energy and just looked like a good time. So I was excited for this movie.
Same.
I was wholly neutral on it. I had no strong opinion one way or the other.
I had a blast with this movie. I'd been seeing a lot of good things come out. I was actually supposed to watch this 2 weeks ago. I watched this last night. Cam and I were supposed to watch this 2 weeks ago, and we had to give up our tickets because Cam got sick. but it was The Invite with a Q&A with Penelope Cruz and Olivia Wilde.
Oh.
And then afterwards found out it was moderated by Pedro Pascal. And I went, oh, put my phone down and just forgot about it. So didn't get to do that, which is okay.
I would have just left.
But I was
Sorry.
hearing a lot of good things of this. I was trying to like manage expectations because I was like, all right, let's take a chill pill. Like, I like Olivia Wilde as a director. Love Booksmart. Don't Worry, Darling was fine. So this just felt like a completely different route for her to take. But I was excited for it. And I've been thinking about this movie all day. Like, it is a one location film.
A confusing location.
A very confusing location, shot on film with 4 great performances, I think. And it kind of blew me away. I'm not going to lie. Because in the trailer, you obviously know that, like, their neighbors are crazy and they like having sex and they're going to ask them if they want to join. Like that, from the trailer, you get that. And that is in this movie. But I think it just turned into something that I didn't think it was going to. Was it revolutionary? No. But I think it was well written and well performed and well shot. And I had a pleasant time with it.
Same. I had a lot more fun than I was expecting. I wouldn't say my excitement level was up to your level, but I was higher than neutral. And first reaction is that I was really pleasantly surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to echo with what Malik was saying about the one location and the performances. I thought both were very well done, right? I mean, that apartment, something that I felt or I've heard a complaint a lot on. I've heard as a complaint, and I guess I agree with it until I saw it, or I didn't really know how to verbalize it until I saw it. Was that a lot of sets they don't really feel very lived in. This location did feel lived in, right? You know, it felt that someone had actually been there and lived and experienced this place. You know, and it was messy and there were things and, you know, these things were used in someone's life. Whereas sometimes these places can just feel like a rented Airbnb. It didn't feel like that here, right? Like this really did feel like a renovated apartment that was spruced up the day of to, you know, to fix, to show off. You know, there were some new things there, but I thought wholly it tied together really nice. It was a place that, yeah, I'd like to spend some time in there. And the 4 performances I thought were all really well done. No real complaints for there. I mean, Penelope Cruz is one of my favorite actresses, so any movie I see with her, my expectations are high. And this one, I walked out with those expectations from her performance met. There were a couple cool shots that I really liked. You know, so this is the first time I'd actually seen a movie directed by Olivia Wilde.
Really?
Yeah, I never saw Don't Worry, Darling.
And
I
haven't
just
seen
never
Booksmart?
got around to it.
Wow.
So I was, you know, pleasantly surprised to see this, and you know, I think she did some good work behind the camera directing this. Yeah.
But what are your true thoughts? We can get into it. I asked,
What
give
are
us
my
hints.
true thoughts?
Yeah, what are your true thoughts? You
want me
have,
to go right into this right now?
I do. Yeah, you have a
you like
letterbox
the
review.
location, you like the performances, but there's a lot more.
Yeah, how do you feel?
I don't think really much of the humor landed with me, and it didn't really land in my theater except for one. One person in the top left corner was
He's back.
Oh, you got a gaffer.
I got a gaffer. I actually got a female gaffer, so we got representation. Wow. She was losing it. There were a couple jokes that did land with me, especially it was mostly like the one-off like side comments Seth Rogen was making. Those were the ones that got me the most. But I think anything like played up for a laugh, it didn't really work with me. It felt very derp orgy, millennial quirk chungussy, you know,
wow.
Reddit dialogue, trying to be crass and inappropriate. It's like, look, we're adults. We can talk about sex, right? That's vibes of what it felt like. My biggest problem with the movie, right? And I haven't seen anybody talk about this, is Rashida Jones and whoever the other guy that she wrote the script with accidentally wrote something so incredibly disturbing that I cannot believe that people in the comments are celebrating this. And I'm going to explain why. So, spoilers ahead for anyone listening to this that wants to see this movie. I'm going to explain the plot to you, which is something we don't really do on this podcast, but for me to set up this complaint, I need to do that. So, in this movie, you are introduced to Seth Rogen's character and Olivia Wilde's character, who are a married couple, and that relationship is clearly on the rocks, right? From the first moment, with Seth Rogen's back hurting and Olivia Wilde, kind of being all frantic and, oh, like you forgot the people are coming over. It's like, how could you, things are just, they're at each other's throats from the very start of the movie, right? Their upstairs neighbors, played by Edward Norton and Penelope Cruz, are played as this, from one side, a very weird couple, and on the other side, a very bohemian, very cool couple that you want to get to know. But there is the drop that they have some crazy, wild, animalistic sex, right? So they come downstairs and they meet him, and it's very awkward at first, right? And then they split up, and you find out a little bit more about the relationship of the neighbors upstairs. And through these conversations, you kind of learn a little bit more about Seth Rogen's character and Olivia Wilde's character and the state of their relationship. Edward Norton's character and Penelope Cruz's character had only really been together for like a year. Okay. And there's one specific line where Penelope Cruz and Seth Rogen are smoking a joint in his office that really threw me off guard. And I'm like, oh, where are they going to go with this? And he's like, oh, so what do you do for work? And she's like, actually, no, the what do you do for work line was a little bit earlier. He says, I am a psychotherapist and a sexologist. So backing up, or fast forwarding, like maybe 5-10 minutes, they're in the office. It's like, oh, so how'd you meet Hawk, which is Edward Norton's character? Crazy name, but
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about that later. Like, oh, he was a patient of mine. And I'm like, whoa, what? That's insane. That is nuts, okay? For a psychologist or a therapist to be dating a patient is such an incredible violation of ethics, and it is borderline predatory. I'll just say it's predatory behavior.
Yeah.
Like, it is extremely predatory behavior, okay? So as the movie goes on, we find out that Edward Norton and Penelope Cruz is a very sex-positive couple. And they have these orgies, these sex parties, and they want to include the downstairs neighbors, Olivia Wilde and Seth Rogen. And this is the second bit that really, really bugged me. Because there's a bit that comes out where Olivia Wilde's character has been doing this, air quotes, performance in front of the window, knowing that Ed Norton was up there and maybe seeing it. And then Ed Norton is then, while he's having sex with Penelope Cruz, talking about her being naked. Okay? So then they come downstairs and they, they decide, okay, no, we're not going to have group sex tonight. We're going to split up. We're going to wife swap. Okay, we're gonna swap partners here, and we're gonna go have fun. And you're like, oh, like, here we go. Like, let's do this. Get it, guys. Sex. And then it all goes to crap because Seth Rogen hurts his back. He has a back injury, hurts his back, and he's upset, and he's in a crazy amount of pain. And him and Olivia Wilde start fighting in front of Edward Norton and Penelope Cruz. And then Penelope Cruz sits down and does a couples therapy session for them. And without any, so she divulges these problems, okay? She divulges these problems. And then without any sort of let's try and compromise here, because let's be real, right? Zero of what Olivia Wilde and Seth Rogen were complaining about was an unfixable problem if you put in any amount of legwork. None of it. A guy is feeling miserable, and she felt neglected. But he felt that he was also being neglected. There was a breakdown in communication, and some joy was lost. Those are very easy things to fix, especially that they both wanted the same thing from this, and they could have worked on that, right? It wasn't unsalvageable, at least in my opinion, right? It would have been maybe hard, would have been a hard work, but a year down the drain, you've been married, you have a 12-year-old, like you don't throw it away that quick, at least in my opinion, right? This therapist who just almost had sex with the husband and has gotten off hearing about the wife being naked, convinces them with absolutely no other help to break them up. Like, oh yeah, this is over. It's done. You should just... Anyway, we're going to leave. So let's back it up. This is my complaint. This movie was written about a predatory therapist who marks a couple from upstairs, hearing about them, develops a sexual attraction to them, goes downstairs, splits them up. That is so messed up. So unbelievably messed up that I was floored to see, A, no one else was talking about this, and B, people were celebrating how revolutionary this was for relationships. Oh, this revealed so much about relationships I didn't know. No, dude, what are you talking about? This is a predator. You got preyed. You got preyed. It's insane to me. I feel like I'm going nuts. Like, I was shocked. I was disturbed. Like, I left the theater like, was that on accident? Was that on purpose? Am I missing something? But if I am, then I'm missing. Then if I'm not missing something, then everybody else seems to be missing something.
I mean,
what's going on, man?
What you're saying is the story. I'm honestly kind of surprised that like you feel this strongly.
It's so messed up.
Of course, it's messed up. Like,
and I'm not messed up that it's the story. I'm messed up that it's so glossed over. That it's like being celebrated. Like, what is this?
I don't know if it's being
celebrated.
I think that's just baked into the story. Like you break down the story a little bit. Like you're the way you're breaking down the plot.
I'm not saying that this is being celebrated. That like, oh, this is a good thing. But I've seen only like how like, oh, this is so telling about relationships. This is very like this, that. And I'm like, no, this is actually a very disturbing movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, my biggest complaint is I don't think it was written that way. And I don't think anyone is picking up on it. Like, I think they accidentally made this way. I don't think it was on purpose.
I have to disagree with you. Like,
this movie is a remake. It's been adapted 5 times.
Oh shit.
Since 2020.
Since 2020.
Since 2020. This has been, the original was a Spanish movie adapted from a play. And since then, that play has been adapted 5 times.
Interesting.
It did feel like a play.
I loved it. Yeah, I really liked
cool.
that it felt like a play.
But to me, it's like what's happening here? Because maybe my shock isn't so much in the movie; it's the response to the movie. Because all I'm seeing about how sexy this was and how it ate, and oh my tears, this was so revealing about relationships, and I'm over here like stunned.
Well, sure. Maybe the reactions you're seeing, you're just not agreeing with, but it's like, I obviously really enjoyed this movie, and it's not coming out of it and be like, oh, like I agree with all of this and everything like that. I think the complaint of what's wrong with like the actual characters and like what they're doing is bad is just a fact. And that's the movie. Like, to me, the complaint feels like, oh, my characters aren't good, so I don't like the movie.
No,
so
but
which is why I'm kind of surprised at the comment.
I don't feel like it was played as this is bad and this is wrong. I don't think it was played that way. That is not the feeling that I got from this movie.
So that's what you're complaining is that it's not addressed for what they did.
Yeah, it's not addressed. I think they accidentally made it this way. I don't think it was on purpose.
Mm.
And I think it's a huge, huge issue with the script that you left that in there. Like it was, enough of something that you wanted to explore, like in there, that you left it in there. And by not addressing that and leaving and ending the movie the way you did without addressing that thing hanging there, he didn't bring that up as his wife at all. That would have terrified me if those people were in my house. And they gloss up. It's never brought up again.
I don't think it was a mistake though, because the fact that it was brought up, period, is just showing. So as the audience, we're mainly on the side, quote unquote, on the side of Seth Rogen and Olivia Wilde. We don't know this other couple. We don't know this upstairs couple. We spent the first 15 minutes of this. We kind of know the relationship. The movie opens with very like fuzzy shots of piano being played and Seth Rogen and Olivia Wilde like laughing, so you know that this is a flashback. I like the first laugh of Seth Rogen. I was already smiling and having a great time, and so we're already building in the first 15 minutes like this is the couple that we're going to be with. We can see where they once were, and we can immediately see the difference of dynamic of where they're at now. We don't know Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton. We don't know this couple, and so the whole thing feels like the grass isn't always greener on the other side. And that's clearly where our main couple lies right now. When as the night goes on, we find out, oh, like things aren't so green over there. They also have their own issues. They're also fucked up. They're also extremely fucked up because, oh shit, you were his therapist? Why are you as a patient okay with this? And why are you as a therapist doing this? Now these two fucked up people found each other, and now we're all dealing with this bullshit. I don't think it needs to be directly addressed because I don't think that's the movie. I think it's all embedded into who these characters are at the end of the day, and it all comes out in the conversations. And I think the reason this movie is resonating with people is not that. So Cam and I are driving home. We both love this movie, and we're laughing with each other during it. And like my theater, like I thought this movie was hilarious. Most of the jokes landed for me. Like our theater was like very active, like everybody was laughing, everyone was having a great time. It feels like, and it's like this isn't me and Cam's relationship. We're not like Seth Rogen and Olivia Wilde. That's not how we act. But with like little moments that they have in their conversations with each other, we're just like, oh my god, that's me, oh my god, that's you. But like they feel dialed up to 11, so it feels like we're watching these like cartoon characters. It all is very boisterous and out there in these conversations, and it's ridiculous, and it doesn't feel like reality. And I think like that's the whole point, because when we come crashing down into the miscommunication of it all, where if you've ever been in a relationship, like that is something that happens. Like miscommunication can happen, and so it's just something I think everybody can relate to. And I think the movie did an excellent job at building like the absurdity that focusing on something like that, while important, isn't the end all be all. And I think Olivia Wilde's direction in taking it from that absurd comedy into something that felt very, very personal and very emotional, that could have like derailed this entire thing, I think was executed very well. And that's nothing short of her direction and the performance of everybody involved.
Yeah, I think maybe a way that could help is just like viewing it through the lens of like you're watching It's Always Sunny, where this is a group of like deeply fucked up people.
That's a great, yeah.
But at the end of the day, they love each other, they care about each other, they're spending all this time together, and that's just who they are. They're just these absurd characters dialed up, and they're stuck in this one little location. Blah 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 blah. But I kind of agree with Malik here on pretty much every level, where I don't know, I guess my experience with it was that it felt like the way that it was written and performed, that there were so many layers to like every interaction, every line, just like revealing that there is so much to these people, these characters, and their lived experiences and their relationships with each other. Like Seth and Olivia, like like they're at this point in their relationship where they, I wouldn't say hate each other, but they do not like
Very
being
close.
around each other at all.
And the fact that they were so quickly ready
Yes.
to do this like group sex thing where it's like there's barely a discussion.
Mhm.
They're just like, and like they're kind of like
It's like they just
looking at each
knew.
other.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm fucking cool. Are you cool? They're like, oh, of course I'm cool. They're just like, yeah, we're just gonna do it, and they're almost kind of doing it out of spite. But there's also like a longing that that they both
To feel
like,
seen and appreciated by
Yeah.
someone.
yeah,
And it's a shame that, it took them this experience to see that in themselves, like at the very end when they had that really sweet moment. And there's that payoff. But through everything, there is that underlying level of like love and care between them. And there's still something. And you can see that in that like faux therapy session where they're like, do you really not know this about me? Like, you didn't know this. Like, it was all communication and it was easily salvageable, like you were saying, Alex.
yeah.
Um, if they just stopped being angry and just talked.
And I think that's the point. Like it is, you look at it and you're just like, you guys can fix this like so easily, but they feel like they've secluded themselves from the outside world. Like they say they're like, oh, like we don't have any friends, like we never have like people over. Like they've secluded themselves to this point of an outsider being able to look in and barely say anything, barely pull on the string, and it opened the floodgate.
So where's
go
your
ahead.
anger now, Alex? Like, is it still about the audience's reaction to the story?
Yes. And I also think I still don't think it was intentional.
Hmm.
There was at no point in the movie where I got the feeling that that's what they meant to do. That what you like it, and maybe that's just a difference in interpretation.
Yeah.
Because when I watched it, I felt like this is a movie about people coming to the realization that this is over. And there wasn't like a hope. Like there was that little scene at the end, like tacked on that, and I just felt like I don't think that was earned. Right? I think there was too much animosity written in the script where like I mean they said this is over. Like in their start like they're and yeah, sure that's not final. We don't know what happens after. But there's nothing in the movie for me that gives me that, oh well, there was still a lot of love there, right? Because I don't think there was, right? And so, sure, for it to end with him playing the piano and she comes and sits down next to him, to me, I'm saying that's like a melancholic goodbye, right? Like there was something here, but now there's not, right? They went straight into, we're ending this. Let's see how this plays out. We got to figure this out. We got to be very, by the books about this on this one, start checking boxes, this, that, and the other thing, instead of trying to debrief that at all. Right. And so like, sure, we can look at it the lens of, hey, we are, we're looking at this from the outside looking in and look at these deeply messed up people, but knowing the context of where, the director's personal life has been in the last 5 years and knowing what they've gone through. I mean, it felt like Marriage Story where this is channeling that experience is channeling through the movie. And so to me, this felt like a lived experience. Not that when Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde broke up, that it was because of swingers.
Never know.
You never know.
Who
you
did
never
it?
know.
It was Edward Norton and Penelope Cruz.
But it literally could have been. You never know. You never know. Hollywood is weird. Hollywood is weird.
Holly weird.
Penelope
Nice.
hit my line. But there was an interview that I saw with Jason Sudeikis where I think it was him. Maybe it was Olivia Wilde talking about it, where it was like they knew it was over and it was just they were in the car and she's like, why didn't you get me something for my birthday? And he was like, I just don't know what to get you at this point.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because they just don't know, they didn't know each other. And so going in with that context of this is what this relationship was like, and seeing that play out with these two characters on the screen, I haven't seen any of the other 4 other remakes of this movie, and I'm not going to. I don't feel like it. There's so much else that I want to watch, and I don't. You know, as soon as we stop filming this, I'm gonna have some conversation on the side with some listeners about it, and then I'll never think about this again.
Well, I'll make you.
But Kim Kardashian, but
what?
Yeah, I like knowing that context and seeing that play out on the screen. I'm like, this is a deeply personal movie about someone's, you know, the end of their relationship. This isn't an everyman relationship. This is about someone's very specific end of their relationship. So that's why I think that it ended.
Interesting.
Like, this is a movie about someone's relationship ending. And which is why I don't think that the therapist line and that implication was on purpose. Because I don't think, unless you feel wronged somehow in the split, you feel that there was some dividing force. I don't really know how that happened, but from the sounds of it, that doesn't sound like I don't know what happened.
I mean,
but to me, it's not intentional. It's not an intentional that we're going to write this so we have these messed up people upstairs who don't have a perfect relationship. And there is a little bit of that. I mean, because Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton argue, and it's like, oh, well, their relationship's not perfect. Look, you know, it's not all sunshine and roses. But when you have a deeply problematic character like that, deeply, deeply messed up, I don't think you can't not address that in any way, shape, or form for the rest of the movie. And I don't think there was. Even from a very analytical, like non-literal context, I don't think it was addressed at all. And that bugs me because I think it could have been done in a fantastic way, and it just never was. And which is why I don't think it's on purpose.
You do go into this movie, if you're aware of like Olivia Wilde and her very public relationship and breakup with Jason Sudeikis, and you can't help but think that, yeah, there is parts of their relationship in this movie, most likely. For me, the ending does feel it leans more hopeful for me. Just because we know in reality that Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis broke up doesn't mean that she's going to write a breakup movie. It could always be, while it can be, it could also be, hey, there are bits and pieces of my relationship in here, and here's an alternate version.
You write what you know, though. You write what you know.
You write what you know, but you can also write what you wish.
But she didn't even write this.
And she also did not write it.
No, but she directed it. She made the movie.
Yeah, but you can also...
She didn't just sit down and look at a script and go, oh!
For sure. But you can also just be like... You can also be like, there's a world where maybe she's thinking we could have worked it out, where the miscommunication was fixed. And it's not fixing it at the end automatically, because that's just not what happens with relationships. But like, and the reason that I think it's hopeful is in the pseudo therapy session, Penelope Cruz says there are 2 options. She's like, either the relationship is over and you move on, or basically the relationship is over and you start a new relationship. And so when they both said it's over, you can see that in either way. We don't know if Olivia Wilde and Seth Rogen is saying this is over, now we have to start over with other people, or this phase of what we're doing is over, and now we can start a new relationship with the same person. And that's where I think they're going. And I think the bookend of Seth Rogen playing the piano, and I think it was very intentional in the beginning of not seeing our 2 characters smiling and happy together. We only heard them. We could only hear. So the only thing we saw as the audience is the toxicity, is the lull in their relationship. So that relationship is over. And so to bookend it with the same piano theme that's honestly been stuck in my head all day, and I thought was so simply well executed, such a good piano theme, to now see them slowly push into this window from a larger frame into just a smaller window of them too. I can only think that this is a hopeful thing, that the relationship is over, but only that part is over, and they will begin anew.
That's exactly how I interpret it as well.
Yeah. And the credits rolled, and I was just like, wow. Good. Great. It just immediately clicked. It just immediately clicked for me in that way. And
it was as soon as she joined him. And I think it was also their interaction once they realized that the other two left. And there's just this heavy hesitation between each other.
Yeah.
Of like what to say, what to do. And right before Seth goes to his office to play the piano, he's like, and it's before he says, I guess I'll just go sleep in the office. She says, oh, I'll just go to bed. I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep. And he just kind of stands there and stares at her with like his hands like out in front of him. He's
like
trying
he wants
to figure
to
out.
say something.
He wants to say something. But because of, the last however many years, we don't know how long they've been struggling. He feels discouraged. He feels neglected, all that stuff. But that hesitation can tell you so much of him just like not immediately being like, okay, I'll sleep out here. Like he wants to talk to her. He wants that. And then she shows the same as soon as she joins him.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be together.
He can't communicate. He lost his ability to communicate. And so they start the conversation back up with how they used to talk. Through music.
I also just love happy endings. So if I'm going to interpret something that can have a happy ending, I'm probably going to.
That's where you're going to go. Yeah. And I love a sad ending.
I don't
like
at all.
Like, give me not the happy ending. Sure. Like I'm always on board with that. One of my favorite parts that I thought was really funny, where I hope people were laughing in your theater with this one too, Alex, was the initial interaction with Seth Rogen and Penelope Cruz when it's just them in the office, like about to do the deed. And he's just standing there. And as she's like circling him, he's just like, thank you so much for this.
That's hilarious.
Thank you. And then he's got his hands on his head, just like, holy
he couldn't
shit.
believe the situation he was in.
Yeah. I thought it was so good. A lot of funny moments like that for me.
I hope he didn't feel like we were ganging up on you. But it just feels like, we just experienced this
completely different.
Yeah. Not even on the same spectrum.
Yeah.
It's interesting, right?
It does feel like we watch completely different movies. I don't think I've ever felt that.
Because I think we're both right. It just feels like we're both right.
Yeah. Have you seen any other reviews that kind of hit on some of the issues that you also have?
No. And that's what's so crazy. I'm like, did no one pick up on this? And I think that's probably what's bugging me so much. It's like, she's a therapist. Like, she's having sex with a patient. Like, what do you mean this is a sex positive movie? She's a predator. Like,
I think there is a law where, I think it's state dependent, but I think maybe in Texas, there's like a 10-year separation between treatment and patient relationship. I think so.
Yeah, especially for that. And it's like a year.
Yeah.
We've been together a year.
That was definitely like weeks or months in between. Laws were broken.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was that.
It might have been the same session.
It's so strange and bizarre. And then, so for me to see it, this is like a sex positive, like, oh, look how great this is. It's so insightful about relationships. It's like, no.
See, I don't look at this movie and I'm not like, oh yeah, this is a very positive, sex positive movie and very insightful on relationships. I think it's a movie about relationships. I'm not saying it's insightful, but it's not. It's not.
If this is insightful about relationships to you, I think you're 13.
I think it's insightful on the human experience and human connection.
I'll agree with you there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Agreed.
It's certainly not the blueprint for relationships.
Not the blueprint. There we go.
If communication is wowing you, got to re-enroll in elementary school, buddy. You got to start over. Okay, we're going back from the beginning.
Yeah, see,
We
me and
missed
Cam are
something.
just like, we're so grateful that like we feel like we would never get in that far of miscommunication, because we're like, we literally tell each other everything. Like, we can't shut up.
Mm.
So it's like,
Yeah, you guys are really annoying.
so it's like, yeah, like breaking news, but like you go through life and you see all these relationships through your life, and you're like, wait, what do you mean you don't communicate like this? What do you mean you don't say that? And it's just, it's not rocket science at the end of the day, where it's like, hey, just talk to each other. Like, communicate. That's why they say communication is key in a relationship. And it's so easy, but it's obviously so hard and so difficult for so many couples throughout the entirety of time. And that's what this movie is. It's look at how stupid this is. This is absurd. This could be easily fixed, and it's not. And now look how big it is. And now look what we have to do to try to fix it. That's the whole thing for me.
I'll agree with you. Yeah.
We
I
haven't
did
talked
wanna
about Edward Norton at all.
I was literally about to bring him up.
Okay.
Dude, so good in this.
He is
so funny.
Very good.
So
He's
funny.
such an underrated actor.
Yeah. This role was made for him. 100%. I wanted to talk about
I don't even think he was acting. I just think he
That's
thought
him.
what was going on.
He just showed up.
Just showed up on the day. He's like, all right, I'm in.
I will say, if I was, oh yeah, dude, I was looking at your wife. It's like, you're going out the front door. I'm throwing you out like Looney Tunes style.
I mean, Seth Rogen's reactions were completely justified.
Like, I think 90% of the movie, I'm like, he is entirely in the right so far. Like,
Yeah. Which is
like,
what
I'm not
makes
even
it so
trying to
funny.
be mean. Like, I'm not even trying to like be mean or be like, Olivia Wilde's a woman, so
Yeah.
she's wrong. Like, oh, like we talked about this morning. It's like, you just lied to my boy here. His back is hurt. He's injured. You're lying to my guy. I identified with him through back pain because I don't know if listeners know, but I had a couple years ago, I had a back injury, ruptured disc. That hurt. And that was like an easy injury. That sucked.
You just need Hawk to rub you down.
Yeah, after I was looking at your wife. You're like,
Yeah.
back, bro. It's like, no, dude, get out.
He's so funny because he whenever Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton tell them first about the loud sex, and they're like, oh, we hope we haven't disturbed you, and then Olivia Wilde's just people pleasing, and then Seth Rogen's just like, no, like, yeah, I haven't heard anything. I just loved Edward Norton's face where he's like, Joe, come on. He's like, I love when you tell the truth. And like, you knew he was being right, because like Joe's being so mean to him the whole time. And he's like, oh my God, I love you. He's like, I know I don't really know you, but like, I just love that you tell the truth. He's like, you're not telling the truth. But I really loved Edward Norton's monologue about him changing his name, because his name is Hawk, and his name was like
Tua.
Yeah. It was like Howard William something with a K.
Yeah.
And so I thought the easy route would be, HWK, those are his initials, he's Hawk.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, and then it just went somewhere completely different. And that point is where I'm like saluting Olivia Wilde, because that's the turning point of taking this from an absurdist comedy to an emotional drama that feels like it can go wrong so quickly. So that, coupled with Edward Norton's performance of the monologue, I think just took it somewhere where I really did not think it was gonna go. Where, like I was saying earlier, like our theater was like boisterous and like laughing, like everyone was having a good time. And in the middle of his monologue, like he says something in the beginning, and there's a couple chuckles because we still don't know like where we're at. And the longer he goes, because it's like a 3-minute speech he does, the theater was so quiet, like you could hear a pin drop. Like you could feel the air be sucked out. And like that's like such a fun, like indescribable feeling that you get in a theater when you can just kind of feel that around you, where it's like, where like that's like the communal experience where it's like, oh, I know everyone's thinking the same things here. We're like, oh shit, this is good. Yeah. So like, despite everything, like at least that I thought Edward Norton did a great job, and great performances from everyone here. Olivia Wilde plays neurotic to a T. Like the one line I really liked was Penelope Cruz going to Joe. I'm like confusing like their names their real names and then their character names, but
Pina.
she's like, that's Pina. And she's like, that's not jamon. He's like, I know it's not jamon. She's like, it's more like prosciutto. He's like, if you told her that wasn't jamon, she would kill herself.
You know, Penelope Cruz's first movie was a movie titled Jamon Jamon.
I did know that.
I did not. That's neat.
That's why she knew. She's like, that's not jamon. This is, pulls out the movie.
I love the way that Edward Norton stood up when he was behind the couch.
Yeah.
He was
after
like
the
all
whole
disheveled.
thing.
Yeah. Great body acting. There's one other thing I wanted to bring up. Oh, to go back to what you were talking about earlier, Alex, about the back pain. I've also dealt with chronic back pain since, I don't know, the last 7 years. And I don't think there was nearly enough. I don't think the writers have like any insight into
They don't know.
what chronic pain is, because there was just like zero sympathy or like understanding of like how like truly debilitating chronic pain can be, like physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. Like it can weigh you down so heavily. I mean, I know that there are people that go to therapy strictly for like talking about chronic pain and like how to get past it and how to deal with it, stuff like that. So just want to give a little more sympathy to Joe. I know he's not a great character or a great person, but just be a little nicer. He's going through a lot.
He was. We all deserve some sympathy. He's like, don't try to emotionally connect with me.
I think it was the funniest role I've ever seen him in.
Edward
I don't know
Norton,
if I've laughed that much at Seth Rogen before.
I think you would like The Studio. This felt like an alternate episode of The Studio, and Olivia Wilde actually has a cameo in one of the episodes of The Studio where she's directing a movie and something goes wrong, but basically she like steals a film reel. Really funny episode. So it's good to see them working together again, because I think this cast has a lot of chemistry together.
Nice.
Closing thoughts on The Invite. Anything else we want to say? Get off our chests. Rave about.
The music? We haven't talked about the music.
Really good. That kind of elevated it, feeling more like a play too. A lot of scenes of just one instrument, two instruments, plucking violins, cellos, kind of drive up the tension and flow us through the scene. Like, I thought this movie was beautiful. Like, it was shot on film. Whatever apartment location they used, I thought was great. I love the use of mirrors. A lot of mirror shots.
Yeah.
A lot of very creative shots. There's one scene of like more of a one shot in the middle of the movie, which I thought was very well done. Yeah,
when
man,
they're following them through the different rooms.
Yeah,
like from the office to the living room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just the way that they're framed and the amount of shots they were able to get in this one location and the framing of the characters and the blocking, I just thought
putting them.
I just thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I really did enjoy this movie.
Me too. It was really nice to watch.
Yeah. Final ratings?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go first. I'm giving this a 4.5.
Wow. Okay. I will also give this 4.5.
Wow.
Let me give us a 3.
All right.
It's better than I thought.
That's a lot. I was ready to hear like a 1.
Same.
No, it's really well made. It's very well made. It's very well acted. I love a good, like, I was lost in all of my ranting and raving. There's a lot of things I liked about this movie, right? I just think the script accidentally
like a huge
wrote
glaring
something
issue for
really
you.
messed up.
Yeah.
And I don't think they ever realized that. And Rashida, if you did mean to do that, then maybe I'll rewatch it with a different mind. But
that's funny.
It's so glaring. It's such a big hanger. It's like, and it took me so out of it at the end where I'm like, oh wow, they really just aren't going to address that like at all. Like, okay. And then I just wish the humor landed with me more.
Yeah.
Like it just didn't.
Yeah, man, I thought this movie was hilarious.
Me too.
There was a couple times where I was
cracking
laughing. Up. My theater was pretty dead though. So if I was in a boisterous theater, then
mine was pretty active. I had a guffaw as well. It was nice.
I was like, We need
I-
to always be amongst guffaws.
I've had a lot of bad luck with comedies in general going to theaters, and it's just no one's laughing. It's like
Supergirl.
Friendship, the Paul Rudd.
Oh, people weren't laughing.
Yeah, no, like it was like a couple like chuckles, like ha 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 ha, but no one was like really like laughing.
I wish I saw that one in the theater. I did only watch that one at home.
Yeah,
But that's a
that would have been a good one
different
to
one.
all see together.
Yeah.
I regret not seeing that all together.
Yeah, that's a different one where I feel like with the crowd, because it's not a laugh out loud. It's very like the awkward type humor where you're just like, ee.
Yeah, but if like we were together, I think we would have died laughing at some things.
We would have been the guffaws.
Yeah, we would have been guffaws. I want to be a guffaw.
Same.
I don't think I've ever been a guffaw.
You're the die hero. I fucked that up. I'm done. We've been going for 2 hours.
You started right.
You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the guffaw.
Gas.
All right. Well, that wraps up our super invite episode. Oh shit. Guys, our next episode is the Odyssey.
It is the Odyssey.
Oh my god.
Do we still want to end it? Do we still want to end it on my Odyssey?
I do want to hear your Odyssey.
All right. Well, if you don't want to hear this, I would suggest skipping to the next episode. But if you do want to hear this, stick around for the next 8 or so minutes, and your life is going to be changed, and your opinion of me is going to go so sky high. You're going to think of me as one of the Greek demigods, the pseudo immortals that sail the seas and defy death and eat hot dogs. It's July 3rd, 2026. I'm at the River House in New Braunfels. My friend's River House, not mine. This pod doesn't make us that kind of money yet, but it will soon. And it's the day that we've decided we're going to do the 999 challenge. If you are not aware, the 999 challenge is 9 beers, 9 hot dogs while watching 9 innings of baseball. It has to be done live. And I did this last year. So it's become a 4th of July tradition, although we did it on the 3rd of July. Last year, we did it during Cardinals-Cubs. If you remember, if you're a big baseball fan, you remember the Cardinals-Cubs game from the 4th of July last year. You remember it was probably a horrible game to do a 999 for, a time-based or a challenge where time is your friend, because that game, the Cubs absolutely shelled the Cardinals, and the Cardinals could, they couldn't get anyone on base. It was unbelievable. It was like a 2-hour game of baseball. That game was over so fast. So with that in mind, we decided to run it back with Cubs Cardinals. And that game ended up getting rain delayed. And so we had all these hot dogs made, and all these beers ready to crack, but there wasn't a game on to watch. It was so weird. That was the only game on that time. It gets rain delayed. So we decide to float the river, kill 2 hours, and get ready to do Orioles Reds at 6 p.m. So this is now dinner. I did end up having a hot dog for lunch and some beer because I needed to prep. You got to stay warm in the bullpen when there's a delay. You can't go out cold. So our house rules are this. Innings 1 through 6, you have to have 1 beer and 1 hot dog in that inning. You cannot go ahead. And if you fall behind, then you're out. But when you get to the 7th inning, you can just go for it. And so the first inning, was fairly chill. You have a beer, you have a hot dog. We've done that all thousands of times. Second inning, second hot dog. You're thinking, yeah, this is still the same. Even the third inning and the third hot dog, you're like, this is nothing. This is so easy. But by the 4th inning, mind you, the Cape Verde Argentina game was going on at this time, and that game was cinema. So we were multi-screening this 999. So the 4th inning is coming on. You eat the hot dog and you drink the beer. I always eat the hot dog first. It's like 3 bites, you can get it done, right? It's quick, easy to get down. You wash down with the beer. The beer is starting to get the hard part. When you're on 4 hot dogs and 4 beers, you start to slow down a little.
What kind of beer were you drinking?
Last year, my friend I did this with bowed out at the 5th inning. And so we're in the 5th inning, and I'm like, how you feeling? He's like, I can't finish. And I'm like, well, I have to push to the end. I finished last year. I need to finish this year. I can't one and done. it's the 5th inning, and I have my 5th dog and my 5th beer, and I open Instagram and I see someone I knew got engaged, and I'm sitting here doing this, and I say, to hell with them. We must go on. Texts are pouring in from loving supporters, my fans, watching me sprint to glory. It's the 6th inning, and I have my 6th hot dog and my 6th beer, and I was sufficiently trashed at this point. I mean, it's all over the place.
What is?
And by me, it's saying it's all over the place. It's me because I can't control my limbs because I'm drunk. I'm getting up, having to go to the bathroom, so it's the 7th inning, and I'm like, all right, we're going to get this done. We're going to get this done. Ate 3 hot dogs in the 7th inning and drink a beer. So I'm done with my beers, and I'm done with my dogs now. It's all beer. It's all liquid. Okay? It's all liquid. Man, I'll tell you what. After that 7th beer, the room started spinning. My stomach was jumping in directions I didn't even know were physically possible. And I texted my parents. I said, I think I'm going to give up. I feel sick. I think this is the end. My parents were like, good, you should give up. This is a stupid challenge. And I go, but the 8th beer has been finished. So it's just one more to go. And we get to, the funny thing is, we're in like the 9th inning, and I realize, I'm like, oh, I have another beer to drink. Like, I'm running out of time here. So I crack open the 9th, and I chug it to the end. And yeah, I felt horrible. I accomplished it. The Orioles won 3-0. It was a successful night. Argentina won. I get up and I immediately go to bed.
Oh.
But I have to sit up because if I laid down, then I started getting the spins. So I'm like, I can't, no, we're not going to do this. And so I slept through that night, and I woke up and I was not hungover at all.
Wow.
Because here's the thing. When you drink 9 beers and it's sitting on 9 hot dogs, bread just soaks it all up. You don't absorb any of that. You don't even digest half of it. I weighed less than I did going into the trip when I came home. I weighed less. Like a pound less. Flew to the river the next day, had some beers, some more dogs, and some tacos, and it was a great 4th of July. And I hope yours was great too, listener.
Wow.
You can be like me too. You just gotta be great.
Well, thank you for telling us about your Odyssey.
And congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you. I'm a 2-time champ.
You got to get me and Tachi on this one time.
Yep. What would be worse?
I think
if you
what?
if you didn't have to do 1 and 1, and it had to be like 2 hot dogs per inning or 2 beers per inning, what would you prefer?
2 hot dogs per inning. The liquid is the tough part.
But 18 hot dogs?
Oh, you mean doubling it up?
Yeah, like
doubling. Oh, so I actually have heard a story about a 9-9-18. There is some lore out there.
Okay.
I don't know if this person's a listener or not, but if you are, I'm telling your story. So, Texas Longhorns fan. They're at a baseball game. There's this thing at the Longhorns baseball stadium called Occupy Left Field. Occupy Left Field is like a fan zone, unofficial, of fans outside the stadium on left field, because there's like a fence you can see into it. You can see into the stadium from that point, and they tailgate the whole game. They are there the whole time. It's rowdy. It's rambunctious. They're drinking beers, doing hot dogs. And so my buddy's there tailgating with them, and he's brought this friend who decides to, well, and they're doing a 9-9-9, and he decides to do a 18-9-9. 18 beers, 9 hot dogs, 9 innings.
No.
Oh my God.
That's wild.
He got sick.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised that you didn't get sick. I'm glad you didn't, though.
Same.
Glad you had a good
I'm a
4th.
tank, okay? I'm a beast.
Bro's an absolute unit. Let one thing be clear.
I am an Adonis of a man. An absolute specimen.
All right. Well, thanks for telling us about your Odyssey. We'll be back next week with Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Have a wonderful day, night, weekend. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Deuces.
Bye.